All the way home I'll be warm. Well, the weather outside is frightful. It's 27 degrees. Good morning. I'm your host, BKP, FYNTV.com, North Georgia's Good Morning from the Office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Got the Santa train running right there. We have Christmas gifts. We have our Christmas mug. We've got My Dog Likes Me the Best. We know the truth on that. The little dog, I make a joke all the time and say the dog likes me the best, but the reality is I spill the most. I spill the most on my shirts. So yeah, got my baseball. Can't go anywhere without my baseball. What's this cup? Oh, that's my FYN cup. And Tupelo tea. You know what? I can't wait for Friday, because Friday we're going to be up at the Vault. This will be our last live broadcast of the year at the Vault, downtown Blue Ridge. And then as soon as I'm done over at the Vault, I go over and say hello to my friends and at Tupelo tea. And Carla always sets up something nice and warm on these cold days. I have my Spark. I have my Gilmer Chamber apple. Gilmer is apple capital of Georgia. Gilmer Chamber. It did have M&Ms. We always blame that on George around here. And then the Bill of Rights. So don't forget that, the Bill of Rights. I have the humidor. Everything's stacked on the humidor. Okay, we got the whole list. Welcome to winter. First day of winter, shortest day of the year. And what does that mean? If it's the shortest day of the year, that means there's less amount of time that you have to deal with liberal left whack jobs. Okay? Cole.
Yeah.
Now, as I am going through everything here, do you have my picture ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to show you the humidor is looking pretty good, folks, for the Christmas season. Show them what they've won. Okay. Can you zoom in on that a little bit? Can you bring that in? I want you to see out there, folks, I've got the cigars. Go over to the humidity level is right there where it needs to be. Go on down, got some going down there. I've got the nice cedar blocks. Go down a little more. Nice cedar blocks there. They're in place over there. Okay, that's good. Zoom out. The cigar box is starting. The humidor is looking good. Thank you very much. But don't forget, P.O. Box 405, LJ 30540. No cheap cigars.
Did you get the El Rey del Mundo yesterday?
No cheap cigars. I know how that sounds. It must really come across like, really? You have the nerve to say that? Absolutely have the nerve to say that. I could buy my own damn cheap cigars. Send me some good... Look at the box. You don't want to bring the box down, right? Do you want to be the one responsible for putting something in the box? Send something worthy of putting in the box. Is that wrong, Cole?
Send something worthy to put it in the box.
Huh?
No.
It's not wrong. Cole says it's not wrong. We're going to go there. Okay, Obama is off playing golf. We got a lot to do. Carlene's going to be here at 8:30. Obama is off playing golf. So Trump says, hey, he's having to say, hey, I got this, Obama. You go play golf, okay? Now, you are listening to all the accounts. You're seeing some news on this, and this is what I'm going to focus on in just a minute, okay? I'm going to go through my list here. You're seeing some news on this. HB2. What is HB2? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But that being said, Obama's playing golf, I guess. He's preparing for Christmas. Won't say it, but he sure as hell goes and celebrates it on our dime. All right? And there's an attack on Christmas, attack on Christianity, whether you want to accept it or not. Trucks running into Christmas villages, Christianity is on a full-blown attack. We've got the guy, the Turkish, how Obama sleeps at night, I say this every day, but we've got the ambassador from Russia to Turkey has been assassinated, and we watched this. It's not even 20 years ago. We don't see this stuff. Now we're watching this, watching a man stand on the podium and a guy unloading, 6 or 7 shots right in his back. He falls over. Now, this is my bad joke of the day. Let's get it out of the way at 4 o'clock. It's not a joke. I know it's serious. So, but if you're going to get angry at me now so we can hopefully get over it before the show's over. Could you see the new ambassador from Russia to Turkey? And he's sitting there this morning. A guy comes in. He says, well, what's on the calendar this morning? Well, sir, first on your calendar, we're having breakfast with the ambassador, or we're having the prime minister of Turkey. Okay, that's great. And then next we'll be going to the art gallery. Art gallery? Hell no, I'm not going to the art gallery. Why is that on the schedule? Well, the last guy who went to the art gallery didn't actually finish the presentation. Is that bad, Cole? Kind of bad?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't finish the presentation. I mean, it was cut short. All right, so now you're mad at me and you got time to get over it. Okay, how Obama, if you don't know, if you're new to the show, I apologize. How Obama sleeps at night with Aleppo and the Arab Spring that him and Valerie Jarrett and all the gang created over there. I've asked myself this morning. Let me get through some more of my notes. Rural America is ready to make America great again. We're not waiting on California or New York. It's not going to happen. We are not waiting on California, New York. Let me say this. All right. You already have the articles, okay? You got the articles out there. Now, I don't know. I don't make light of suicide. So settle down. I don't make light of that. I don't make suicide jokes. I make art gallery jokes, but not suicide jokes. But at the same time, the Huffington Post, those people, they have to be medicated. They have to have round-the-clock, psychiatrists, counselors. They got to have stations at the Huffington Post or wherever the corporate office is to where you can go and get counseling and just share your feelings, because these people are whacked out. Final popular vote total shows Hillary Clinton won almost 3 million more ballots than Donald Trump. I've often said the higher levels of education, learning centers, the universities and colleges and the great think tanks of the United States, it's just an absolute shame that this fake news is allowed to be out there, and they still don't understand what the Electoral College is. And the founding fathers did not want Donald Trump to go to. They did not want Donald Trump to go to Washington D.C. and cater to Texas, California, New York, and Florida. They didn't want them to do that. They wanted them to have the president to have some reason to govern in the country, to have some reason to be inclusive. They're all inclusive. They like that word, but inclusive of West Virginia, inclusive of, Iowa, 10 here, 5 there. So they still do not understand the Electoral College and how actually geographically, county-wise, and they count their votes, but we cannot go to a popular vote system. It can't happen. But anyhow, that's what you see. The point is, they're far from finished, folks. Far from finished. I'm going to tell you what to get ready for the first of the year, what you're about to see. It will take place on a daily basis. You're probably waking up to the news of Donald Jr. and Eric and Ivanka was, people were going to have coffee with Ivanka, and they got their picture if they donated X charity, and then you were going to get a hunting trip. This other thing is set up. I forget what it is. You're going to get a hunting trip with Eric and Don Jr. or whatever, and so on and so forth. Get to shake their hands if you give so much. And the media, the crooked, fake news media out there is trying to make a big deal out of this. I did hear in one place this morning on MSNBC, I did hear somebody finally make a mention. Does anybody remember the Lincoln bedroom? The Clintons sold the Lincoln bedroom, sold your White House for campaign. You could sleep in the Lincoln bedroom for X amount of money, okay? You could sleep in the Lincoln bedroom for X amount of money, and if you got fries with that, it's like McDonald's. If you ordered the Happy Meal, you could sleep in the extra Lincoln bedroom for X amount of money, and maybe Bill Clinton stopped by. All right, they called it the presidential Happy Meal at the White House. That was code word. Like Cosmo Pizza. Oh hell, bada bing, bada boom. We're on a roll already now. All right. Well, I can't help it, Cole. All right. So anyhow, here's what's going to happen. And write this down if you're out there. Okay, write this down. There's two things I want to make sure I cover today. Here's what's going to happen is they are going to attack. Many of you don't read the Huffington Post, and I try not to. But this story's starting to go around, and they look like their first major takedown. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to say I don't know what they're going to do, but it looks like they're going to focus on an individual at a time. So they're not scattered, and they got a plan, and they're going to make a takedown. And it looks like General Flynn is their best focus right now of a takedown. But I'm going to tell you what they're planning to do. Trump National Security Advisor met with leader of party founded by Nazis. Okay, all right. Retired Lieutenant General Mike Flynn, Donald Trump's pick to serve as the National Security Advisor. Okay. National Security Advisor met several weeks ago with Heinz Christian Stach, I don't know what the hell, the head of the Austria's Anti-Immigration Freedom Party, which was founded after World War II by former Nazis. Okay, folks, here's what's going to happen. They're determined. This is not over. I know the Electoral College is done. It's over. He won, what, 12th time, 13th time? How many times can you win? Donald Trump said you're going to win. I got to tell you, he's already fulfilled a campaign promise. It just come to me. He said, right, in all of his speeches, you're going to win so much. You're going to say, please, Donald, stop. We can't take it no more. We're winning so much. And I'm going to say, no, folks, no. We're just going to keep on winning. Well, here's the thing, all right? Donald Trump already fulfilled the campaign promise. What's he won? 5, 7, 12 times already? He just keeps on winning. It's the guy that keeps on winning. Okay, anyhow. So here's what's going to happen. So they're not finished, okay? All right, maybe they took a day off. It seems like it was just yesterday. Well, I'm not getting sidetracked, I promise, but I want to remember. It seems like it was just yesterday. Remember, it seems like it was just 2 days ago when 37 patriots could save the country. What, 37 patriots could save the country, okay? Anybody out there, quick shout out to Bill Green. Bill Green, do you know? I tell you, if you're in North Georgia and you're a libertarian, you got to know Bill Green. And I'll tell you, I'm wondering in Texas, who are the two people that voted? Who are two delegates that voted, against Trump? One voted. So I'm hearing one voted, was it John Kasich? I think. All right. And the other one voted for Ron Paul. I'm thinking, okay, all right, who voted for Ron Paul? All right, I get a message last night. It was Bill Green. Now, trust me, if you don't know Bill, I'm not going to get stuck on that. But I know Bill. I have gotten more years ago, not recently, but I used to get more emails from Bill, and there's Bill's hard Ron Paul, and he would send me emails, and he's in LJ. I thought he lived in LJ. Next time I know, but I get the message and I get the article. Bill Green voted for Ron Paul in Texas. I'm like, hey, I remember when the day Bill Green sent me an email, told me he was disappointed in me. I remember that day. So anyhow, so it seems like it was just yesterday. Here's what I want you to write down, folks. Okay, I just told you about that story on NSA. Flynn looks like the attack right now because the NSA. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to go through. You have no idea, okay? And I'm talking the Huffington Post type, the round tables. We talked to you yesterday about, and this is the NSA, okay? This is why they're going after Flynn. Here's the exact reason they're going after Flynn if you're wondering this morning. The NSA is seeing, you're having articles out there by the lefties saying that the NSA is seeing alarming rates of resignations, okay? You're seeing the usual staff that stays on board in any administration, in an agency, They're leaving at alarming rates. Now, this is not me saying alarming rates. This is the whack jobs out there, okay? Alarming rates. I told you yesterday, pay attention to what I'm telling you, because this is going to be down the road. You're going to have to pay attention to this, all right? So we keep hearing the alarming rates in the NSA, all right? Now, I told you something that they're not going to take serious, and they're going to call me names. Oh, I put something up there the other day. They are freaking out. I got people sending me messages. I've been called windbag. I didn't like getting called fat. I'm trying. Why the hell you call me fat? I'm trying. The camera puts 15 pounds on. I mean, actually, Cole, if you came over here, it would really help you out. 15 pounds. All right, look, let me get back to this. I don't want to get off track. The NSA, right? I told you this, they're not going to take me serious. Here's the deal. You have all these agencies that are bloated. Donald Trump says, hey, we're not going to pay $4 billion for Air Force One. Hey, you know what? We're going to upgrade the military, but where we used to get 3 planes for $1 billion, I want 4. I want a bonus plane for $1 billion, okay? That's the way this guy's going to negotiate. You're going to rebuild the military with the least amount of money that's ever been spent for the more bang for the buck, we used to call it, all right? And actually, that's one of Bill Clinton's famous pickup lines. Anyhow, that being said, here's what's going to happen. You have all these agencies, and these people are leaving because they're going to have to go to work. Now, I would love for you to walk the halls. You know, you ever go to D.C. and you look at this building, NSA, National, all these buildings, right? Department of Education, and they're 9 stories tall and 7 stories tall. I mean, IRS, our government is going amok. We read the stories about the IRS people and $1 million apart, whatever, right? It's out there. You go to Washington, D.C., Department of this. My God, what could they do in there? You know, and then it's above our pay grade because, oh, yeah, I'll tell you what they do in there. Oh, okay, now I understand why they need a 5-story building, okay, with 600 people in there. I now get it because you told me. So that being said, I've said that 15 times a day. I'm moving right along here. Things are going well. The NSA is getting ready to go through a major shakeup. All right, we've actually not had national security advisor to, Obama doesn't care. He's on the golf course. He doesn't care, okay? He gets the briefings in the morning. All right, okay? So, I know you don't like this, but we're paying these people to put their feet on the desk, tweet, you know, Instagram, you know, whatever, all day long, watch porn. I swear to God, watch porn, okay? Anything they want. And then you got a guy, you ever watch Office Space? You got a guy coming, you ever seen that movie Office Space? You got a guy coming and say, hey, could you get me the TPS reports by the end of the day? Sure. I'm serious, folks. So Flynn and them are getting ready to they have to go to work. So at an alarming rate, you look at yourself, you're going to hear the NSA is, you know, they're leaving an alarming rates. A vacuum's created of high concern. Even people that generally stay, the people that run the copy machines, the people that make the coffee, the people that don't do a damn thing are resigning left and right. Here's what's going to happen. You don't know, like you know the people on the top floor because those are the ones that are in charge. But you don't know the people and you never meet the people and you're never aware of the people that are putting in resumes to work on the 3rd floor as data entry, to do data entry, whatever it is, okay? You're getting ready to, because the left is going to go to a new low. Every single person that works in an agency that has come on board since Donald Trump is president that gets hired, if they've ever had anything in their social media that looked like a swastika, if they ever had anything in social media that looked like a guy with a shaved head, if they ever had anything anywhere, an email that just reflects something that is to them anti-LGBTQRSTUV, okay, anything, it's going to get published. You're going to read an article one day in 2017 that's going to say, Trump low-level administrators slipped through the vetting process. And the third floor is now known at, Department of Education as the, white privilege wing. Oh, by the way, I'm enjoying white privilege today, and you should too if you're out there. If you're white and you're out there and you're male, enjoy your white privilege. You deserve it, okay? You just woke up with it, take it, embrace who the hell you are and go on with it, okay? Anyhow, I'm telling you, watch what's happening. Mark my word, let's get into it 2017. You're getting ready to see a new level of low, okay? A new level of low. Confirmation hearings, the whole 9 yards. You're getting ready. Okay, let me move on because something else is taking place today. And we're going to talk in the 9 o'clock hour about small business. And let me just highlight something very quickly here. Small business, okay. I have gone to some bankers, all right. I have just gone to some bankers. I just walked in, Merry Christmas, how are you? And I asked some bankers in North Georgia if there was just a feel of optimism after the election, okay? Is there just a feel of optimism in their customers, in the way people are reacting, coming in, everything? And overwhelmingly, these people are telling me that there's just a difference in optimism, difference in people being excited about next year. I'm telling you, small town USA is not going to wait for California and New York to tell us, Hillary really got the popular vote. We're moving forward. Okay, small business is moving forward. We're going to talk about that at 9 o'clock. We're going to talk about some of the things that we may be doing here at fyntv.com where small business is concerned. But that being said, I got to quit doing that because I keep saying that being said. And Cole, and you're surely not. You're Shirley. Quit calling me Shirley. Yes, I can fly this plane, and quit calling me Shirley. Okay, so you're surely not helping. Okay, folks, here it is. This is another one I want you to mark down. All right, I'm doing some 2017 work here today, okay? I don't want to hear how many state houses the Republicans have if it's worthless. And I know you don't like the word worthless. Worthless is just total. And you're going to say, no, they're not worthless. But folks, Obama in 8 years has screwed up normal, okay? Now, I'm going to go back because, yes, since I guess I'm about 18 years old or somewhere around there, I started listening to Rush, and Rush is one of the few guys in the day I give a shout out to, but I started listening to Rush, and, I remember there was no FYNTV, FetchYourNews.com, when Obama first got elected, and he introduced us and told us this would be the new normal. We heard that. And Obama, if you want to talk success for the left, he created a new normal. And that bothers me as much as about anything that they've done is these lefties creating a new normal and screwing up with the natural order of things. New normal screwed up the natural order. Okay, I was very happy, all right? Not going to go down a rabbit hole, but I was very happy when North Carolina asked, okay? I'm not trying to discriminate. I'm not trying to mistreat. I don't do that. It does not happen. I won't tolerate mistreating people. But when North Carolina passed HB2, Governor McCurry, I forget his name, when he passed HB2 and signed it into law, saying that you had to use the restroom of the gender identified on your birth certificate, I could not have been happier. Now, there's something that I also was upset with on the other side of that. I was so excited that happened on this side that a law had been passed saying you had to use the restroom of the gender you identify with. And then on this side, I was like, what the hell is wrong with us that our government has to tell us we've gone so damn crazy that we can't figure out what bathroom to go to? I'm like, over here? Thank you. It's about time something's being done, okay? And then over here I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. That's the natural order. I would think, what the hell? So anyhow, North Carolina, he lost the election. North Carolina is getting ready to, all right, collapse. Not the whole state, but they're getting ready to because they collapse. Let me tell you something. Don't give me your garbage of, oh my God, my state has a Republican governor and a Republican House and a Republican Senate. And don't give me that. That just ticks me to no end. Because guess what happens? You get billion-dollar stadiums. It doesn't matter if they're Republicans. $1 billion in a stadium. We've gone stadium crazy in this damn country.
Stadium damn hurt.
$1 billion. And then to kick it in, we're going to thank the jet setters by giving them a tax-free Super Bowl ticket. Oh my God, thank God the Republicans are in charge. What the hell's wrong with us sometimes? I'm sorry about that. But now that I'm over that, listen, I am so tired of that. North Carolina caved, $1 billion. Now, let me tell you something. If you don't get to watch some guys dribble a basketball, the world does not end, folks. Get up and go to work. Legislators who passed the North Carolina law, this is from the Washington Post. I want to get this in before break. I got 3 minutes. Carlene will be in here. She's probably afraid. She's sitting out in the car saying, I don't think I'm going in there today. Uncertainty on the eve of North Carolina's bathroom bill to debate. This was written yesterday at 5:44 p.m. by Gary D. Robertson and Jonathan Drew, and it comes Washington Post. Legislators who passed the North Carolina law known as the Bathroom Bill 8 months ago head back to the Capitol on Wednesday to consider repealing it. But there's uncertainty over exactly what lawmakers will do, in part because the Republican-controlled legislature has shown a willingness to go on its own way, despite intense outside pressure to scrap the law. Over the past year, there has been bitter fighting between Democrats and Republicans. Just last week, Republicans convened a surprise legislative session to pass 2 laws designated to bring Democrat Governor-elect Roy Cooper's powers in check. Cooper blasted outgoing Republican Governor Pat McCrory over the law known as House HB2 during the governor's race. Now let me get down here to what let me get down here to this one part here. Cooper, let's see, Charlotte appears to have held up to its end of the bargain. See, the city of Charlotte did a bill, and this is what enacted the state to do theirs. The Charlotte appears to have held up to its end of the bargain, but the measure enacted Monday notes that it depends on HB2 being repealed in its entirety by December 31st. Charlotte, we don't have time to go into that. They wrote their own law that enacted HB2. So what they're saying is, you know what? Charlotte repealed their law saying if we'll repeal ours under the condition the state repeals theirs. So then you're supposed to trust Charlotte not to reenact one, okay? Because let me tell you something, it's going to be easier for the city of Charlotte to put their law back in place and say, oh, I told you so, got you there, than it is the state to put another one back in place. The law also limits statewide protections of LGBT people in public accommodation and employment. No, it doesn't. It does not. Moving on. I want to see what it says here. Discussions about repealing the law increased after decisions. Discussions about repealing the law increased after decisions by the NCAA and the Atlantic Coast Conference to move their championship events out of North Carolina this academic year. The NBA also moved an all-star game out of Charlotte. Why? Why? Because at the basketball game at halftime, your guys wouldn't know which locker room to go in?
So hard.
Serious. I mean, why did you do that? Because your fan base, have you been to your games? Your fan base are so out there, they wouldn't realize what restrooms do you go in? I mean, let me tell you something. You go to the stadium, a guy can find the trough. NCAA Atlantic Coast Conference moved their championship. Democrat Rep Gare Martin said, until there's a full repeal, I'm pretty certain that we're not going to see another NBA All-Star game or NCAA tournament game in North Carolina. They are meeting today in North Carolina to repeal this bill, and the Republicans will cave. Republicans will cave. Sadly, we had to have legislation to let people know where to go to the bathroom. That is a very sad state of affairs. Second, the legislation they're going to repeal in North Carolina. That will get massive news. It will be said because it's due to the economic impact of the state. And I told you in the opening, and I told you in our Facebook post that you will see that North Carolina alone will end any chance at the Religious Freedom Restoration Act in your state. North Carolina will end that nationally. They will make a national statement today. Okay? So, Donald Trump, I know you say Merry Christmas. I appreciate that. I thank you for it. But I'm going to tell you now, the Merry Christmas is good, but we need to get normal reenacted in this country, and normal needs to be set. We need the old normal, not the new normal. It needs to be set as part of Make America Great Again. Hey, who pays, and I'm going to talk about this at 9 o'clock, who pays for presidential libraries, okay? That one really bothers me. Trump supporter outrage. I brought this up. I'm going to do it a little later. I did a Trump supporter. Why didn't the Trump supporters, really get outraged over Tillerson's appointment? I wanted to see what would happen. I wanted to see what would take place if I actually questioned Donald Trump supporters. Folks, the YouTube page has gone through the roof. Oh man, they have called me everything under the sun. I'm asking you now, politely, this is politely, please, whatever you do not bury your head in the sand. Let's not forget the last time the Republicans had the executive office, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. Please, let's not forget. Well, they're not the same people. Folks, I'm just asking you, let's not forget. Let me see what else I have here. And you know what? We're going to go to break. Carlene Ferguson's going to be in here. I'm going to drink a little more Spark. I know you're saying I don't need any more Spark, but we're well on our way this morning. Santa's sleigh is back in town. Hey, folks, hey, buzz cut, could you get over there and go to commercial? You can do that during commercial.
All right, ready?
Yes, take us commercial. Call.